Hey yo, what up YouTube? It's your boy Sean. I'm joined by my co-host,
Hey yo, what up YouTube? It's your boy Lunati, and we are
the
the
Soccer
Soccer
Side
Side
Chats.
Chats. So who are we? We are basically a bunch of football fans that talk anything football related. We'll talk about it. We also do daily posts on our Instagram, our TikTok channel. So be sure to follow us there as well, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All right. Now, with that being said, let's get into the first topic of the day, the first discussion of the day. FA Cup rounded up yesterday night with Man United and Liverpool. My boy on my right is a Manchester United fan. So, like many other Manchester United, which I know are at least 5 billion people on this planet, they were buzzing. They believe that this is their year, that they're going to stop Man City from winning
Taking
the
the
treble
treble,
and
yeah,
all that
exactly.
stuff. Yeah, but how do you feel actually about that result yesterday?
You know, it was a roller coaster, man. So many emotions throughout that game. For 42 minutes, we playing well. We take the early lead with Scott McTominay. We dominate him, could have scored another goal as well. And then after that, two mistakes that led them back
but my
into the
question
game.
now to you now is, were you guys dominant?
Not like dominant,
But like
we're creating chances
and you guys are better than Liverpool.
Exactly.
That way, and I can agree to that as well. I'm not even fighting.
But not like in terms of dominating 80% possession and stuff. Not like that. But for those before Liverpool scored the first goal, I just thought we were brilliant, man. I thought the midfield, I thought Mainu, I thought McTominay, those late runs in the box.
Yeah.
I thought Rashford, Garnacho. I thought Hoyland didn't look fit, but he still played a part. I thought Varane and Lindelof were brilliant. Wan-Bissaka, man. Absolute gem.
That guy's a defender.
In games like this, that we were just defending and stuff. It suits him,
especially against a guy like Mo Salah.
Exactly. And I also think Darlow played well. And then just two mistakes, bruh. One from Rashford where he just allows Kwanzaa to just run in.
Yeah.
And then the other one with Bruno, I think he wanted the foul, the second goal.
I can't remember the second goal.
So
I can't
just
remember
weak,
in my mind. All I remember was who scored the second goal again for Liverpool?
I think it was Salah.
Oh yeah, the right foot shot. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I also think Onana could do better there, but yeah, that's another topic
for another day. But you guys won after extra time.
Bro,
relieved, nah?
Relieved. Players like Anthony, getting on the score sheet. Imagine. My boy.
And apparently it's only his second goal of the season.
I shouldn't even mention that, man. But yeah, it's just I'm happy now Coventry City.
Yeah.
In the semi-finals. We should expect. It will be a catastrophe if
you guys don't win.
Yeah. And you guys on the other hand.
So let me tell the viewers. Me, I'm a Chelsea fan, guys. I was up and down about that result on Sunday. So also as we played yesterday, we played earlier than that last game between Man United and Liverpool. We played against Leicester City, the current leaders in the championship. And yeah, man, hey, Chelsea, they're hot and cold. Actually, people believe that Chelsea are flat out bad. They're just hot and cold, dog. Like they're
inconsistent. Yeah.
They're far too inconsistent. They're like basically like your temperature modifiers, dog, that you'll find, dog, in your faucet, dog,
or like
whatever,
a battery, dog. Something that you just switch on and off.
Yeah.
So when they want to switch it on,
they are light switch, dog, basically.
That's what I'm saying.
Those are those guys. Because first off, they were hot, dog. They were decent. They
were
not
Sterling,
hot,
but of course.
Like, yeah. That guy, dog.
That guy's a car. Viewers, Sterling's a car, guys.
Okay, first half they played decent, scored 2 goals. Second half they came out, Disasi, own goal. People say it's one of the best own goals they've ever seen in their lives.
Puskás Award.
Puskás Award. Listen, Puskás Award.
Even that boy, man, that Mavididi. What a goal.
That goal, the second one.
That was quality, that was a gem.
But
as long as you guys, got over the line.
But you know what actually sparked controversy? This is part of the reason why a lot of Chelsea fans are all Pochettino out, right? It's because in that game, one of his earlier substitutions that he made before subbing off Sterling for Connie Chukwuemeka, he took off Mikhailo Mudryk, who was having a decent game. And I remember the stadium was booing because they were like criticizing the decision. Like, why are you going to take out a decent player and leave a player that's playing poorly on for much longer?
Yeah.
So I don't know. guys, comment down below what you guys think. Do you guys think that Pochettino should have another season at Chelsea, or do you guys think that he should be sacked? Me personally, as a Chelsea fan, I think that he should stay another season, because this is, guys, one thing I think a lot of people need to realize, and I've realized this, I think back in, I don't know, beginning of the season vibes, is that this Chelsea is not the Chelsea of yesteryear. It's not the Chelsea that won the most trophies in this century. Yes, Chelsea are the most successful club in this century, and look it up, guys. Me, don't think I'm speaking bums or anything like that.
Yeah,
Chelsea are Chelsea have the most trophies this century. They are the most successful club this century. So yeah, man. That's not it's not that Chelsea. It's no more Roman Abramovich's Chelsea. This is Todd Bowley's Chelsea. He's obviously gone with a different approach to that of Mr. Roman Abramovich. Is it successful so far? Not so much. You can't really speak much about it. And yeah, now we have to look forward to the semi-final of the FA Cup. It's international break now, so there's nothing much in the football world to talk about other than maybe England, because hey, you know England, the English.
Oh, so many controversies, man. Just get a story.
Exactly. We also can talk a bit about Bafana. What are we expecting from Bafana? Is Hugo Bruce still gonna stay on?
Just let us know in the comments.
Yeah, man. No, let us know in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys think Hugo Bruce should stay on beyond AFCON, because AFCON was that tournament in January, February, finished 4th. It was a good tournament for us as a country.
That was very impressive.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I think they played well, really, and yeah. Now looking forward onto other things. Let's still keep our focus onto European football, bro. Yeah,
Friday.
Something happened on Friday in European football as well.
Champions League draw.
Yeah,
mouth-watering games, man. Yo.
None of our clubs are there anyway.
But I don't care, man. As long as I get to preview and watch games like that, that's just football at its best. Football, like prime peak football.
All right, cool. So let's look at that first quarterfinal. Just briefly though. It's Atletico Madrid versus Borussia Dortmund. 2 legs. Who do you think's gonna win there? Just briefly.
Actually, I'm gonna go Dortmund.
Wait, Dortmund, really?
Yeah, I've been impressed. Since the group phase, I think that they've really shown that they're a good side. Remember, they finished top in the group with PSG, Newcastle, and we were all expecting them to probably be 3rd or 2nd.
Yeah.
But I watched them. I think they play good football. Sancho, one of my boys.
Your boy.
Yeah, I just think that if they can just get a draw away, first leg, if they play at the Wanda Metropolitano, I just think they just need a draw there, and they finish them at home. What you going with?
I think it's going to be Atletico that wins that game. Atletico Madrid, I think they're just too good for Dortmund. And yeah, looking onwards, let's not talk much about that first one. I think for me it's a landslide.
It's the least interesting one.
And then the second one, PSG Barcelona. Who do you think's going to win there? The battle of the Barcelona Academy graduates in Enrique and Xavi Hernandez.
I just think this one, guys, I think Barca, guys. Barca will do it. I think PSG, man. PSG are a one-man team. And they'll forever be a one-man team with Mbappe.
Yeah. So
they need to sell him for them to, in my opinion, for them to actually
be a team.
But he is a good player, useful. He's the one who scored the 2 goals in the previous tie against Sociedad. But I think it's going to be a close one.
You think
I think this game will be decided over 2 legs, basically.
Well, they are 2 legs anyway.
But there are some games that a team can. City.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah, no, I don't know actually. I think it's more of a toss of a coin, and it could go either way.
Tactically, it's going to be very intriguing.
Yeah, because
2 of those, what do you call them?
The thing, La Masia
boys.
Yeah, the La Masia boys. They were there. They grew up there. Oh, not so much Enrique, because also he played for Real Madrid. We'll keep quiet on that, but yeah, move on. Anyway, next tie, Arsenal Bayern Munich. Remember shades of 2016 when Arsenal suffered 10 goals there? Yeah, I was smiling that day when they suffered 10-2.
10-2. They're always getting beatings from Bayern. How many? I think in their last 3 games, Bayern have scored 5 goals. So that aggregate is like what, 15-4? It's just, but yeah, I just think, okay, it's a different Arsenal now.
Yeah, much different.
Now there's a structure. They're playing good football, but Harry Kane to silence them in North London.
That's the
It's
that's
still a show.
Mm.
But for me, see where this game will be lost.
Where?
Is if Tuchel tries his funny things, man.
Nah, man, I don't think you.
I
hear you, man.
Like Chad, what are your thoughts on Tuchel playing? Dyer over Kim Min Jae, Guerrero over Davis. Like, man, it might work against Lazio, but bro, when you get up like against the big teams,
against a better opposition,
better structure, better way of play, it's gonna be difficult.
So who do you think is winning that game though?
And my heart says Bayern,
but your mind says Arsenal.
I'm still gonna stick with Bayern.
You're gonna stick with Bayern.
I think Arsenal in the previous game against Porto, they looked kind of nervy. I think some of those players looked like the occasion was kind of too big for them.
And that's another thing, dog. See, my argument is now, if the club isn't usually dominant in European competitions, they more often than not never perform in these European competitions unless they have someone in that squad, either the leader, the captain, or a manager, for example, who's experienced in these competitions to actually guide the club in the right direction. Arsenal there, dog, they're basically novices. The only thing they've done in European competitions, especially Champions League, is make the Champions League final all the way back in 2006. And then before that, they made semi-finals. They were decent. Yeah. They were decent. They weren't that bad, but it took a while for Arsenal to get to that final in 2006. And then after, we all know the decline of Arsenal, how Emirates Stadium, how them moving there and buying that buying the land to actually build that stadium, how much it derailed them financially, yeah.
And also to add on to what you say, if you look at that Arsenal squad and the manager,
yeah, they're very young.
Probably like it's their debut season, yeah.
Yeah, it's their first. It's everyone's first season.
I think it's
in
only
the Champions League.
Jorginho and Odegaard, I think.
And Havertz as well.
Havertz, yeah. So it's just three players there, so right.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think, I don't know. I think it's also going to be a tight one, this one. I think Bayern might have the edge, but that depends really. It depends on, I think, Tuchel, how he approaches this game, how he approaches both games, the tie as a whole. And yeah, and then now we cannot finish this roundup without looking at the mouth-watering tie of
the game of ages.
Yeah, no, man. It's the clash of titans. Past 3 seasons, we always look forward to these two playing. And again, they
favorites as well for the tournament.
Usually, whoever wins past 2 seasons, the winner of this tie ends up winning the Champions League.
That's true.
So I don't know who's gonna win. Whoever wins this game again, I think will win the Champions League, either Man City or Real Madrid. It is a toss of a coin. Like, let's not even hide it.
In defense of Real Madrid, I'd say that I don't think we can do it twice over Ancelotti, man.
You don't think so?
I don't think they'll get turned over like how they did last season. Remember last season, like they had an Asian squad, Real Madrid.
They played more or less the same squad.
It's still the more or less, but people like Modric and them are not getting like game time as they were last season. It's people like Bellingham, and Chermini, Camavinga.
Dude, that's the one.
That's more energy, more legs now.
And I think
it's a different team.
That's the way the difference might come from actually this time around, because Bellingham.
He can win the game on his own. Man.
Oh, that kid, dog. And I think another thing, dog, like you see his impact at Real Madrid, dog. I think all the viewers now, all the people watching this now, they might agree with me. I think looking at Bellingham, you can compare his impact to Real Madrid to what Kaká did at AC Milan in the beginning when he first joined AC Milan in the early 2000s. Because his impact there at AC Milan, especially come 2007 when he won them that second Champions League. They won 2 Champions League that time.
And I think they won 2007, and there was also a time they won 2003 or 4.
They won 2003, I think.
And then the Istanbul game with Liverpool.
Yeah, then they also lost that final. So they were the dominant team in that period. Kaká was that superstar player. And now Ancelotti, I think he has done something similar with Bellingham.
And even the position he plays, man, like when you're at Dortmund, you're typically known like as a number 8.
Yeah, number 8, number 6.
Box to box. That's what I'm saying. But now he's playing sort of like a...
The shackles are loose now. Number 10, he has that...
An advanced 10, like more than a 10, bruh.
Because when you look at that thing, when you look at their lineup, it looks like he's playing on false 9 or whatever.
False 9, yeah, like just in behind the strikers. It's like a supporting striker, basically. And you have also Vinicius Jr. and...
Yeah,
I think it's also going to be tight. Players coming back as well. Courtois, Eder Militao after international break. It's rumored that
He might be
They'll
back.
be back in training, so that's
Jack
going to be a
Grealish is
massive
definitely going to be
boost.
back as well. So I don't. Actually, this game, I'm not going to tell you guys. I'm not going to try to predict this game. I honestly think the winner of the Champions League is in that tie. In that tie between Real Madrid and Man City, the winner of the Champions League is there.
So just yeah, basically, I just think that those two are just
they're class
the
above,
bit like above everyone else, and I think yeah, the winners there, Champions League final basically secured. But chat, like, let us know, like, out of those 4 games, who do you think is gonna progress?
And who do you think is gonna actually win the Champions League as well?
I think we should actually mention that, just to let the viewers know what we think, who we think is gonna get to the final.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So you said you mentioned Atletico in the first tie.
So I think who's gonna make the final? It's either that one side of the draw. It's either gonna be okay. So we're also gonna try post the picture, just showing you guys the parts of the final. But I think it's going to be. I don't know. I hate saying it, but I think Barca are gonna make the final. I hate saying that, but I know it actually is.
Just looks like nice.
It looks most likely for them, dog. And with the way they play, it looks possible, especially off the back of yesterday.
Reminds me of Inter last season. The road to the final. It's so nice, man.
And everyone didn't back Inter last season to actually make it to the final. So the fact that they actually did, it was favorable their side of the draw. So I say it's going to be Barcelona, and like I said, the winner of that tie between Real Madrid and Man City is going to make the final, and I think will win the Champions League.
So just let us know, guys. We'll post a picture there, and you just let us know who you think is going to get to the Champions League final. And with that being said, the quarterfinal draw is the last draw we'll ever see, like as the two-legged tie, knockout round and stuff, because we're moving into a new format now of the Champions League, a league phase.
Basically, starting next season. So I'm actually going to read it out because also I haven't fully understood this format, mainly because I haven't really been watching Sky Sports. I haven't been watching all these media outlets of late where they go in depth and actually explain the format, what actually happens. So I have it open here on UEFA.com, the new Champions League format from 2024. So this is a format that's going to continue from 2024 onwards. And basically, before I go into it, I just want to point out that this is going to be the biggest change in professional football since 1992.
But what are your thoughts on that? Do you think, because players recently have been complaining about
the amount of games.
I heard Rafael Varane saying we're playing too many games now. So if players are complaining in 3 games, now imagine if it increases to 5, 6.
It's really 6 games now. So you're talking about having 8 games in a single Champions League group phase. So
with the knockout phases as well.
So that's excluding knockout phases. I don't know how it's gonna look, but I've always been an advocate for maybe bringing about change in professional football. Does that mean bringing about the Super League? I don't know.
Maybe it could be a pathway.
It could be a pathway to a Super League, but that might mean now just reforming professional football as a whole and just having one massive competition. I'm not gonna go in depth on with my thinking of where professional football needs to go into, but man.
For the neutrals, man, getting games like Madrid, Bayern, City, Madrid every week.
It's going to attract viewers, and even casual fans, but they're gonna be now attracted to the games and
more money for the
basically. But now going into this format, I'm gonna read it online here on UEFA.com. The headline is written: New format for Champions League post 2024. Everything you need to know. The 2024-25 edition of the UEFA Champions League will follow a new format. We explain what will change, what will stay the same, what it means for the fans, and how it impacts UEFA's other club competitions. Okay? So I'm looking, so this is now the next subheading. How will the Champions League format change from 24-25? The pivotal change in the reforms announced by the UEFA Executive Committee is the departure from the current format's group stage system. So the group stage system that we've known, that we've grown up loving and adoring, that's done. The present Champions League group stage, including 32 participants divided into 8 groups of 4. That's the current format. From the 2024-25 season, 36 clubs will participate in the Champions League phase, form a group stage, giving 4 more sides the opportunity to compete against the best clubs in Europe. Those 36 clubs will participate in a single league competition in which all 36 competing clubs are ranked together. Under the new format, teams will play 8 matches in the new league phase. They will no longer play 3 opponents twice,
so the home and away rule basically done.
But will instead face fixtures against 8 different teams, playing half of those matches at home, half of them away. To determine the 8 different opponents, the teams will initially be ranked in 4 seeding pots. So I think understanding that, we will understand that better, what that means before the season starts, or when they do the draw. I guess that's when we'll fully understand it, if there is going to be a draw before the start of the season, or if we're going to see all 36 clubs in that league format. Each team will then be drawn to play 2 opponents from each of these pots, playing 1 match against a team from each pot at home and 1 away. So I'm going to repeat that again. To determine the 8 different opponents, the teams will initially be ranked in 4 seeding pots. Each team will then be drawn to play 2 opponents from each of these pots, playing 1 match against a team from each pot at home and 1 away. This gives the opportunity for clubs to test themselves against a wider range of opponents and to raise the prospect for fans of seeing the top teams go head-to-head more often and earlier in the competition. It will also result in a more competitive matches for every club across the board. So yeah, now that's apparently going to be the format.
So it's basically a league of 36 teams, yeah?
Yeah, and there'll be seedings that will determine who plays who, basically. And so now I think the question that comes to mind is the 4 extra teams, who's going to be those 4 extra teams? Which countries are they going to be from?
True.
And
how are they going to qualify?
Yeah, the spots that are basically going to be allocated to which spots are going to be allocated to which country, and which teams in those countries are going to then be able to participate in Europe. So I'm just going to go into that heading. Sorry, forgive my English, My English is not that good, but yeah, bear with me. Yeah, bear with me. So how will the 4 extra Champions League group stage spots be allocated? Qualification for the Champions League will continue to be open and depend on a club's final position in the previous season's domestic league competition, combined with each association's position in the association club coefficient ranking. The basis of the access list will remain the same as for the current season, and the additional 4 slots available in 2024-2025 will be allocated as follows. Step 1, right? This place will go to the club. So the first slots now. So I think one of the 4 clubs now that will have an opportunity to play in this Champions League, one of the 4 extra teams. The first slot will go to the club ranked 3rd in the championship of the association, in 5th position in the access list, which is determined by the UEFA Association Club Coefficient Ranking. So basically, if it will be determined, I think, depending on which coefficient they choose, if a team, for example, has 4 spots in Champions League already, the side that finishes 5th has an opportunity to qualify for Champions League.
So how is the coefficients? How does it look right now? Who's the team that's on top? Because last time I checked, it was Italy.
Yeah,
they were leading at top.
And that, I think, is because of the fact that they won the European Championships. I don't know. I think it might depend on performances in the European Championships. I'm just going to check it now. So you said UEFA club coefficients, right?
Yeah.
UEFA club.
Let's check the clubs.
Coefficient. Okay, and opening this up. All right. There was my phone. My phone is.
It's for the season, right?
Yeah, basically. But like I said, I think it stays the same for more or less 4 years. I'm not sure. I really don't know yet the coefficient of these clubs, because now the list that I've opened up is showing basically a bunch of football clubs. I don't know if you guys can see, but you can see the likes of Manchester United, Chelsea, Manchester City, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid. Wow, Chelsea.
So it means it's England first and then Germany second, eh?
I think so. I'm not sure if it's England first or Spain second. I think it should be England first and Spain second because of their performances in club European competitions
And
over
the
the
number
past
of
10
teams
years.
also representing them in this season of the
Yeah,
Champions
that also
League.
has to come into consideration.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know, but I think we will understand closer to the time before the season starts, before next season starts. I think we will all understand actually what goes on. But let us know, guys, what do you think about this new Champions League format? Do you guys think this is a plea or a tactic to stop the Super League from actually happening, or do you guys think that this is a good change for football that will further develop and further progress professional football? So let us know, guys, down in the comments what you guys think. And I think with that being said, I think we're more or less done with everything we want to discuss. Don't forget to watch international football, guys. International football, it's still important to watch those games. It's
boring, but
yeah,
just go watch it, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, guys.
Yeah, don't forget. And with that being said, see you guys next time.
Next episode. Ciao.